Millions of years ago, you wouldn't last a single day. Step outside, and you're not at the top of the food chain. You're at the bottom. Saber-toothed cats stalk you. Hyenas tear at your bones. Even the weather feels like it wants you dead. One bad storm, one bad hunt, and your entire group could vanish. But somehow humans flipped the script. We went from prey to hunters to rulers of the planet. How? Not by being the fastest, not by being the strongest, but by creating tools, fire, and ideas that reshape the world. So let's run a thought experiment. Imagine you're thrown back in time. No gear, no phone, just your brain. Could you survive the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, and the Iron Age? Let's find out. Stone Age, survival mode. You open your eyes. It's freezing. The air is sharp and damp. You're barefoot, hungry, and surrounded by sounds you don't recognize. This is the Stone Age, and your first problem is survival. The most important invention here isn't complicated, it's a rock. Early humans discovered that sharp stones could cut meat, scrape hides, and defend against predators. Hand axes, shaped rocks with cutting edges, became the Swiss army knives of prehistory. With one, you could butcher an animal or chop wood for shelter. But tools alone weren't enough. The real game changer was fire. Fire kept you warm through bitter nights. Fire let you cook meat, making it safer and easier to chew. Fire kept predators at bay. And maybe most importantly, fire brought people together. Around a campfire, stories were told, plans were made, and groups bonded into something bigger. Then came farming. For the first time, humans stopped chasing animals and started planting seeds. Wheat, barley, rice. Suddenly, food didn't mean a dangerous hunt. It meant a field you tended. With farming came domestication. Wolves became dogs, our hunting partners and protectors. Cattle, goats, and sheep gave us milk, meat, and wool. For the first time, humans could settle down in one place. Villages formed, mud huts, fences, small groups turned into communities, and communities meant something new. Rules, leaders, and shared work. Some people farmed, others crafted tools, others protected the group. But here's the catch. Living in bigger groups also created conflict, competition over land, fights over food, even wars between tribes. If you had survived the Stone Age, you'd no longer be just an animal in the wild. You'd be part of the first experiments in society, and society was about to get a major upgrade. Bronze Age, the age of power. You've made it through the Stone Age. You know how to farm. You live in a village, but you're still using rocks and bones for tools. That's about to change. Someone somewhere takes copper and mixes it with tin. The result? Bronze. It's stronger than stone, sharper than bone, and suddenly your world shifts. With bronze, farmers cut fields faster. Soldiers craft stronger weapons. Armor now blocks blows that would have killed before. The balance of power tilts, and if your tribe doesn't have bronze, you're in danger. But bronze gives more than weapons. It sparks invention. The wheel appears. Now you can pull heavy loads, move faster, and trade farther. Roads and carts spread goods between villages, and trade changes everything. Not everyone needs to grow food anymore. Some people become artisans, making pottery, jewelry, and tools. Others become warriors, priests, or rulers. Societies get layers, and power starts concentrating at the top. Then comes writing, clay tablets, symbols scratched into stone. For the first time, ideas can outlive people. Farmers record harvests, rulers declare laws, history begins, cities rise, thousands of people packed together, working, trading, worshiping. It feels like civilization has arrived. But with big cities come new risks, disease, famine, and war on a scale humans have never seen before. If you're still alive in the Bronze Age, you've seen humans build the first civilizations, but the best and the most dangerous is still to come. Iron Age, the age of expansion. Bronze was powerful, but it had a weakness. Tin was rare. Entire civilizations collapsed when trade routes failed. Then came the next revolution, iron. Iron is tougher than bronze, cheaper, and unlike tin, it's everywhere. The secret is heat. You need blazing furnaces to smelt iron from ore. Once humans mastered this, the world changed overnight. Iron axes chopped forests into farmland. Iron plows dug deeper into the soil, producing bigger harvests. With more food came more people. Populations boomed. Villages grew into towns, towns into cities, cities into empires. Iron weapons turned battles into bloodbaths. Armies grew massive, armed with swords, shields, and armor that could be forged on a large scale. Empires expanded, crushing smaller tribes. Trade routes stretched across continents, carrying not just goods but ideas. Religion, technology, and culture spread farther than ever. For the first time, the world felt connected. Daily life improved too. Farmers could grow more than they needed, creating markets filled with food and goods. Blacksmiths became essential, shaping tools, nails, hinges, and everything a growing city needed. The Iron Age was the foundation of the modern world, and once iron took hold, there was no going back. If you survived this far, you'd stand in the middle of a bustling city, markets alive with trade, soldiers marching with iron swords, leaders planning empires. Humanity had stepped out of prehistory and into history. But here's the twist. This isn't the beginning, it's just the prologue. You've survived the Stone Age with rocks and fire. You've seen farming turn villages into cities. You've marched through the Bronze Age with wheels and writing. You've entered the Iron Age, where empires rise and the world finally records its story. Every invention, fire, farming, metal, was another step in flipping the script, from prey to predator, from hiding in caves to building civilizations, from scattered tribes to global empires. But don't be fooled. History didn't start with us. Before humans, before mammoths, before even the dinosaurs, there were worlds so alien, so dangerous, you might not survive a single hour. What if you traveled back even further, to the Cambrian, an ocean filled with bizarre creatures, no land animals at all, predators stranger than your worst nightmares? The Stone, Bronze, and Iron Ages gave us civilization, but the Cambrian, that's where life itself began its most dangerous experiment. Would you survive there?